Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Today we will be making the Blockhead 5. Yes, you are actually seeing this the day I recorded. I got up really early so I could get this out for you guys. I have a big day planned, so you need to just hang with me. I have a thrifting haul that I'll be doing later today, because I have some things I'm still looking for. I don't know if you recall, but a couple months or so ago, I made a video where my sister and I went to an estate sale, or we did a thrift. What was it? It was, I think, the Main to Main, and it had the quilt show in it. Yeah, that was the one. And I got a Ball Ideal jar, but it did not have the bell lid on it. I saw yesterday on Facebook Marketplace, or a community page that our local area posts in, and saw where they had some of these jars and had some of the lids. I'm hoping they have some of the lids individually that I can get. So while we finish talking about this, let's just get down and start sewing, and we'll chit chat a little bit. I have my fabrics right here. And yes, that's my press and cut. I use that for everything just about. And I wanted to show you guys something that I found, and I think is the cutest thing ever. Look at this. Let me lay it there so you can see it. That is a paper clip. There you go. And that is just the cutest thing to me. It's a kitty cat, of course. So, let's get right on into making our block. For this block, I am doing the 6-inch block instead of the 12-inch block. Our instructions piecing steps are: we are going to sew a B rectangle to one side of the A as shown. So this is my A, this is my B. And we will make 4 of these. So I have 4 A's. I'm just going to go ahead and turn them all the correct way, because when I cut them, I do have my fabric folded in half, and it's just quicker for me, actually. So we're going to sew a B rectangle to an A square. This is as shown. So I am going to make 4 of these. Now that we have these completed, I'm going to check and see if it tells how to press. Now, if you notice, I never read the instructions all the way through before I start. I read as I go. Okay, so now it says sew a rectangle to the bottom of the AB unit. So let me press real quick. Our next step is to put a C rectangle across the bottom of that unit. And the B is going to be on the right side. now have these 4 units completed. This is our corner unit. So I'm going to press these out and get started on step 2. Our next step is for the wrong side of each E-block. We are to have a diagonal, which I already have. And we are going to align 2 E-squares in opposite corners of the D. So this is our D. So let's just start with that first, because I only have one D square, and we put them face together, or like sides together, whatever you want to call it. And this is making a flying geese unit. Now you will notice they don't look like they line up perfectly, and they don't, but I'm going to stay on this top line and this bottom line. And what I'll do is I'll just center that on my foot and my needle there. And as long as I'm staying here, and we're doing 1/4 of an inch on each side. And now what we will do is cut on our line here. So now we have 2 heart blocks. So we have pressed those, and the next thing we are going to do is take another E-square and align it to the bottom here. So this will make a total of 4 flying geese. And we will stitch 1/4 of an inch on each side of this line as well. I will say, I noticed when cutting this that there is not that many. I only used 3 or 4 different fabrics and or colors. And this one here, I am using just random fabrics. I do have a line that I think I'm going to purchase to make all of my blockheads in. And if that's the case, I'll go ahead and remake my other squares in that line. And the squares that I already have done, I may make into hot pads or something. You know, you don't always have to make a quilt. You can make trivets. You can make just a little table topper. You can make, now see, I can use the 12-inch squares also. I can use those in my kitchen to sit my hot jars on. Okay guys, here are our 4 flying geese, and I will tell you, in the December Sew Sampler, we got this little ruler here, This thing is amazing to do your flying geese with. Notice they're all perfectly the same. I mean, because that way there's no guesswork. It's perfect. Step 3, we're going to use F and G squares and do the 4 flying geese exactly the same way as we did the D and E. So I am going to go on, and I also have a line on the back of my G, and I think this line is called American Gathering. But like I said, I'm just using Scrappy right now. I'm using what's in my stash to make this, because I have another line in mind for this. And I probably will not get it until I go to Texas. I now have the second set of flying geese completed. So we will go ahead and move to our next step, which I believe is assembling the block. Well, no, not assembling the block yet. We're going to lay out the DE flying geese and the FG flying geese. And it says, as shown, my DE, this is my DE. And my FG. So this is DE and FG. And we will make 4 of these. I'm going to sit them down here so I can make sure to have them turn the correct direction. And we will just fold that over right there. Okay, I am going to press these and see what they look like. Okay, we now have these units completed. Um, it looks like this is called a flying geese unit, but, and I'm going to tell y'all, this little trick thing here, this is great. So Be It Quilts puts this out. So I'm using multiple rulers and template things today to help me, and oh, they are game changers. So now we are going to put our block together, getting my individual pieces here. So see, we only have three we only have three separate blocks. This right here is our H unit. So I am going to just start by getting my first two, or my first row laid out. This is our first row here. And we do have some thickness here with our seams. So remember, you may have to help that out. Okay, there is our first row. Our second row, we will take a flying geese unit, our solid, and then another flying geese unit. So we are going to put these two together. And this also has thickness, so we need to pay particular attention to that because it can cause stretching of your fabric, and it can just go all wonky under the needle too. So notice how I keep raising my foot up to keep the fabric from crimping up under there. It's only doing like a stitch at a time because the fabric's not wanting to go, but my little feet underneath it are trying to make it go. So that just, me releasing the foot keeps it from going wonky under there. Okay, our second row and our third row is going to be a corner block, flying geese unit, and another corner block. And I know my hand is in the way, I'm sorry, but I'm having to hold this to where it doesn't go all crazy on me. Now I'm going to turn this one the other direction to sew it because it looks like all my seams are going the complete opposite direction on this end. Got that thickness right there again. Okay, so now this is our third row. What I'm going to do is press and be right back. So here are all of our rows pressed out. I am just going to get started. I did make sure to press the seams to where they would nest. So of course I am going to pin these where they nest. Okay, that's our first two rows put together. That's looking lovely. I'm glad I chose those colors. This is Sugarberry by Bunny Hill Designs. It's just a 10-inch square that I had, and that's mainly the reason why I am going a 6.5-inch square, because I only had that one. I might have had more, but I didn't really want to go searching. But I thought, you know, I have seen another line that I'm very interested in doing all these blocks in. And I'll tell you which one it is. It's French General's Antoinette. Those colors are absolutely beautiful together, I think. And I think that'll make a good, you know, versatile quilt. You know, it could be a spring quilt, it could be a fall quilt, you know, because it is very, it does have lots of flowers and things on it. And it's quite shocking to me that I'm liking the flower prints, because I've never really been a big flower print. But I'm loving that color scheme of French General also. I love those colors. Okay, this is our block 4 of Moda Blockhead 5 Group 2. One moment and I'll bring you right back with it pressed. Okay guys, we are back. I have the block pressed. It is beautiful. Look at this. I like it turned that way. I like it turned that way better. I think that's prettier. Look at that. This turned out absolutely lovely, guys. So if you're still here, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe so you can see the rest of the blocks as they come out. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you're not doing Moda Blockhead, maybe you could try it out. I will have the link down in my description, so you can just go look at it. I will let you know when you go to the link and you see the picture, underneath the picture it has some numbers and says PDF. Click that and not the picture. The picture will tell you page not found or something like that. But if you click on the title under the picture, it will carry you to the PDF so you can look at it. You don't have to do all of them. You don't have to do any of them. You can do just one of them and make a full quilt with the same square over and over. But this is their 6.5 inch. I think that just, look at that, y'all. That turned out so stunning. I love that. That is such a beautiful block. This block is called Morning Star by Barbara Graves of Me and My Sister Designs. So guys, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.